Hi, David here. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an overview of using Kaizen surveys for coaches. This is a good video to start with if you're unfamiliar with Kaizen surveys for coaches. After this, you may want to check out the video on how to set up the dashboard for the first time. All right, so let's start by just giving a quick overview of the Kaizen Coach dashboard. So you can see here I've got a coach dashboard that's been already set up, and there are a number of users, fictitious users in this case, using this particular coach's app. So you can see here there's a tab with clients, and that gives me a list of all of the clients. There's also a surveys tab and a publish tab. So we'll talk about the surveys and publish tabs elsewhere. This is how you actually set up surveys for client use. And we'll instead just focus in on the client tab for a moment. So the client tab has a special user called new users. So new users is where I go to set up the defaults for what new users see when you log into the app. And what we're controlling here is the default surveys. So you can see here there's two surveys that new users would see by default, and a personalized message. Okay, and so this personalized message, if I click on the eye here, I can see this personalized message consists of some text and a link to a YouTube video. And so that's the default message. If I went now to a different user, for example, an existing user like Helen Keller, I go look at her message, you can see that I've customized it here. It says, "Nice to be working with you, Helen." So this is the page for personalized messages for individual users. If we go back to the client tab here, you can see there's a link here for a small mobile device. And if you click there, that's where you can go and edit and also publish your app. And so this is content that affects the app for everybody. So this is content that everybody will be seeing. So there's the personalized message, but there's also the content that everybody sees. And in this case, there are two tabs, a home tab and a contact tab. So these correspond to the home tab and the contact tab of the coaching app that clients will be using. And again, if I click on the eye, I can see that here's the default content I've set up, for example, on the home page. And you can see I've also set up a link. And similarly, if I go to the contact tab page. All right, so the easiest at this point to see how this all works is to actually start using it both as a client and then what that looks like for the coach or mentor in the dashboard. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the Kaizen Coach app. So this is the app that clients will use when they want to work with you as their coach or mentor. And when they download the app, either on their phone or their tablet or their computer, the first launch will bring up this sign up page. And so they do need to sign up either with their email or with a Google account. And the Google account sign up is recommended because it gives more options in terms of how to interact with you as the coach or mentor. So we're going to choose that here now. And it's going to ask for some permissions. And now the next step after signing in to the app is to actually connect with a coach. And so they'll go add coach, and we'll use your coach email and coach code, which you'll have to provide your clients. And once they log in, they will now have the default settings for a new user. Okay, we're going to take a look now at customizing the app for a particular user. So on my left, I have the dashboard, and on the right is the app logged in as JSON data. Okay, and you can see that user here as JSON data here. And so if you look at the app, there is on the home screen, right now I've got an inspirational video, welcome to working with Jane. So if I wanted to just customize this message, perhaps I just had a session with Jason and I wanted to provide some specific information, I might decide I'm going to delete what's there right now, and perhaps I'll just simply add in a text message. So just a simple text I'm going to change that to, and then by going back home, that actually sends that change up to the servers. And so now, as the next time that JSON goes into the app, you can see that it's going to be replaced with that content. Another thing I might want to do is engage with JSON using the surveys and taking a look at the results that Jason produces when he fills out the survey. So here I am on the app on the right hand side here, and Jason hasn't yet filled out any of these surveys. You can see up here it says never run, so he's going to go ahead and run the feedback survey. Okay, so something special happened the first time that Jason ran this feedback survey, and that something special depends both on how I, as the coach, had published the survey, and also depends on Jason logging in under a Google account. But because of those two things, if you look at the feedback survey here, you can see that Jason is the owner of this survey, but Jane Brown, the coach, has access to it. So this survey has been published on Google Drive, but it's been published under Jason's account, and he has complete control over that data. If at any time in the future he wanted to prevent my access to that data, he could certainly do so. So now he's run the survey and that information is available for me. I am going to click here and do a refresh to pick up this new share that Jason has created. And now if I go look at JSON, I can see that this survey is available. So if we take a look at the changes, again on the left here is through the coach dashboard. I take a look at the results and I can see everything that Jason has provided me. At this point, we may want to publish another survey for client use. And so we're going to take a look at that process now. If I click on the Surveys tab, I can see all of the surveys currently available to me. And one of the ones that I want to take a look at here is this client well-being survey. I could just run it through just to see what it looks like. It's asking a number of rating questions that I can respond to do with how I'm doing, for example. And so with as well the ability to put in some general comments. So I've decided that I want to make this survey available. And so in order to do that, it has to be a published survey. So I'm going to go to the Published tab and click on the cloud. And I will choose Client Wellbeing. And I'm going to call it Wellbeing. And for the publishing category, I could either choose an existing category or create a new one. I'm going to create a new one in this case. In the session feedback category. And I'm going to go ahead and create that published survey. And now I can see that well-being is one of those options. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Clients tab, and I could add that to the new users as a default that new users would have available to them. But in this case, I just specifically am interested in letting Jason take a look at that. So I'm going to go Add, click on the Session Feedback category, which right now only has the one survey, the Well-Being Survey. And so now Jason has available to him that survey. So now the next time that Jason comes into the app, which is again the app on the right here, and he goes to his survey tab, he can see this new survey here, well-being, which is never run. And so he's going to perhaps choose to respond to that. And now, again, in the dashboard, once all the changes have been synced as the coach, I can see what Jason has responded with. Awesome. Thanks for watching. That's about it for this video. One last thing before I finish this off is just to quickly talk about these three different icon colors for the clients. So we already talked about the new users, the default settings for any new users that start using your app. That's how you can control that there. The other two are there's green ones and blue ones. So the green icons indicate people that have chosen to log in using their Google account, and that means that surveys are potentially able to be shared back with you as the coach. And in contrast, those in blue are users that have just logged in with their own, creating an account with their email. And for those users, you can't get results, the survey results. However, you can still customize personalized message and send notification messages to those users just as you can with those who are using Google Drive. All right, thanks again, and thanks for watching.